Why the fuck am I going to Amazon and seeing Justice League Action and that other the Cape Crusader cartoon series? Like, why is it not on Max? Why does Max keep changing their fucking name? Answer that.
So we gonna move on and talk about our homie, our dog, David Zaslav. Alright?
Zaz the ass, bro.
Zaz the man.
So listen, streets is saying, well, streets, not really the streets, but this report is saying Zaslav he pretty much said fuck no to the Black Superman movie because apparently it was quote unquote too woke. Now, here's my thing. Here's my thing, all right? So, I get it. Mr. Zaslav is bad, quote unquote. He bad. But
it wasn't bad this time.
But listen, I don't know if I really believe this. It says it's from other people. First I heard reportedly, then I heard from other people. So, all this tells me is just like, this could be feeding into the existing narrative about Zaslav, and this may or may not have happened. I don't know what this brother's politics is. Like, I never heard this nigga speak a day in my life.
Oh, just that you were saying you don't know Zaslav's politics. I'm like, Zaslav's politics is whoever gonna get him the most money is gonna up his stock options at Warner Brothers. And so, like I said, when Biden was in office, he was cozying up to him. Trump in office, now he kind of not dick riding, but he cozying up to him too. Because, like I said, they're trying to push through a merger. Or
if he shot Kiss Up to Trump, this wasn't a movie for it. Because there's a lot of there's plenty of meta commentary there.
Yeah, so like I said, I didn't know about this brother's politics, and like I said, I don't know much about Zaslav, period. So that's why it's very funny the timing when this came out also too. So yeah, I kind of do agree with Y-Arc. Like, this may be fake. It's good to go in with the algorithm. You know, I don't know if I 100% believe that Zaslav said this, but
like, I believe it got axed. I don't know if that's
exactly.
You gotta remember, this was under the previous regime. The who was my man who came in after they got rid of Sujihara, but before Zaslav, the guy who was with AT&T when AT&T bought Warner Brothers. I don't remember his name right now. Like he's the one that greenlit it, and yeah, if you hire Coates, it's gonna be a certain level of quote unquote wokeness to it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're hiring him to write the story, I mean, you can't not have that. But I don't know that that's necessarily the reason he got rid of it. Zaslav is just getting rid of stuff from the old regime. They want their wins, the wins that DC has, to be stuff that they came up with, so nobody else can get the credit.
Yeah.
Right. Like Joker coming in and doing what it did, like I remember he was trying to ride the high off of that. Like, yeah, see, this is what the new direction of DC. Yeah. And they were like, yeah, but bro, this film been in the works since before you even got here.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why he greenlit the sequel and let them do whatever, which was not the best idea. And you see what happened there. It came out. I don't know if you were gonna bring that up and talk about it, but. He had conversations with The Rock about what direction they were going to take DC, and then Black Adam locked, and he just got rid of them. It's like anything that was approved before he got there, they were like, nah. Some of the stuff that he approved himself has been like, you know what, nah. Like what was it? Sergeant Rock. That may or may not be happening.
This may or may not even be happening still, because it says it could be retooled under Gunn.
Try to do it like an Elseworld film.
Yeah.
We do not need this fucking movie. I said it then, I'll say it now. This is probably his biggest win that he's had being empowered in Warner Brothers.
Well, this weekend's over, by the way, because this is going to be Superman.
Well,
that too, but that goes without saying.
But like, here's the thing, though. I could see this working if it's retooled properly. Like, I mean, because who's to say Cates has to stay attached to it? I mean, Wait, hold on. Didn't this get announced with the slew of stuff that James Gunn announced? Like, remember that big presentation he did? Wasn't that in there?
I think that was the
He mentioned
presentation
it,
before. I think.
but it was still a holdover from the last regime. Yeah, James did mention it. Like, hey, stuff that we're bringing forward from the old guys was going to continue. You know, like with some stuff, I don't know if you
Like
remember,
Blue
they were trying
Beetle.
to have their cake and eat it. Right, but Blue Beetle, even though nobody when they saw it in theaters, when they got the home release and stuff, well, we're like, hey, this shit is actually really good. So we're
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, we're gonna give him an animated series. We're gonna throw him in some movies here and there. So he's gonna stick around. A lot of other stuff. I really do think Black Adam and the Flash were the last straw for a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of people being able to stick around. Like you're keeping Momoa, but he's not gonna be Aquaman. He's probably gonna be so prosthetic heavy. You're not even gonna be able to put two and two together unless you really pay attention to this shit. And that's the same guy who was playing Aquaman. So
Yeah.
I think after a while, Zaslav just got like, you know what? I tried to placate the fans of this universe and stuff, but it's just not working. So let's just go ahead and get rid of all of this.
Yeah.
I really think that's where he is.
Yeah, and I don't blame him because I'm sorry. Like with the slew of past movies and how they flop, this movie would have got eviscerated, man. Like, listen, I don't know too much stuff from Coates, so I'm not gonna pretend like I'm an expert. But I'm just saying, man. Like, if this movie flopped, the last thing niggas want to see, is an alleged civil rights whatever Superman movie.
I need more information about if this is gonna move forward or not.
You can't do Calvin Ellis right now because Trump's in office, bro. They're not gonna green like that. Because it got to be Obama. That's who Calvin Ellis is. You know what I'm saying? So like, for the most part, I just don't.
I just want to. I want to believe in the good in Zaslav, man. I just want to believe in the good. And
this
also,
is a rare. It's two dubs for him, bro.
Also, I'm gonna say it right here too. You know, I'm not mad at him for canceling them slow movies. I've been waiting for a moment to say this. I'm gonna say it now. I'm gonna say it here. Fuck it. All right, y'all. Listen, I know everybody was upset when they canceled Batgirl, Scooby Dooby Doo, and whatever the fuck else. All right, but we gonna keep it a fat stack here. Everybody was pretending like that canceled Batgirl movie was about to do billions or millions of dollars.
Hell, it was only going to be streaming anyway.
It was, bro, it was under the last regime, which also wasn't the best. So the fact that it was Batgirl, it was Leslie Grace, it was all of this shit, and then y'all heard it was canceled, everybody made this big stink and that. Like, bro, listen, I'm sorry. He was right to get rid of it. He was right. At that time, they were in the shitter. They were in the shitter. He saw red. Why would you be mad at him for that?
The only reason I'll kick his back in for that is because you had already spent the money. And the write-off you're going to get isn't going to cover that whole amount. So you're taking a loss somewhere. But is that loss, is that worse than any potential bad press you would have gotten if the movie wasn't good? I don't know. That's something, you know, he and his other business partners have to weigh.
So for Batgirl, I'm not happy. Okay, so on one level, I wanted to see it. I heard Brandon Fraser as Killer Moth did a really, really awesome job.
Yeah,
that's the one biggest thing I wanted to really see. Brandon Fraser have a renaissance, right? I wanted to see him play a villain. It would have been interesting. I'm happy they scrapped the movie because it didn't make no fucking sense, right? The movie was dumb where it landed in the universe. Like,
I mean, but that's what Gunn was talking about when he came on. He was like, "Look, part of the problem with DC is we're handing movies and series to anybody who shows up on Warner Brothers Studio and has even the faintest idea to do something." He's like, "There's no plan for any of this stuff." He's like,
until the script is good.
yeah, we're not gonna
But go
greenlight
ahead.
anything. But he said it. He was like, yo, we're handing out characters like party favors to whatever hot director comes into our offices, and we're not having an overarching plan for anything. Like, yeah, you're gonna get some stuff that, some stuff audiences really like, and it did good.
Like
But
that movie
then,
was so weird. It had. Oh, my bad. I'm bad.
no, you good.
My
You
bad,
good.
Jamie. Go ahead. No, it just didn't make no fucking sense, bro. Like it had. She was Black Batgirl, right? So that means
Yeah.
Jeremy Wright had to be Jim Gordon, but J.K. Simmons was in the movie,
Yeah.
and it would have to be Ben Affleck's Batman, but it was Michael Keaton's Batman.
Yeah. Oh my god, I forgot how much of a headache that was.
And it was going to lead to Batman Beyond. That's the only reason why I wanted to see it, because I was like, well, if we get past this bullshit, I'll get to a futuristic Batman. I guess that's what's going to happen. But I mean, I think that's I think that's realistically we were done a favor.
Yeah.
We were done a favor. Like sometimes those. Okay, so I don't always believe in executives, but sometimes they get it right.
Yeah.
Like, do I think the Looney Tune movie they canceled was a good idea? No, I think that movie's gonna be really, really good. I think that movie would have been.
Somebody bought it.
Off that dude.
Oh yeah, I think Amazon did, right?
It was
somebody.
some.
I don't know if they put that out yet. Because it's two movies Warner's canceled, but they ended up selling to somebody else. One was the Looney Tune shit. Did Scooby Doo get sold, or was it something else?
I don't think Scooby Doo got sold. I remember it was Looney Tunes.
I know the Acme one got. I know the Wile E. Coyote versus Acme got bought. That's the one I wanted to see, because that one looked actually like it was actually gonna be funny. But like man, like that's the one thing about DC as well. Like we're getting to that point like Marvel did, where they kept giving away their shit. Like, why the fuck am I going to Amazon and seeing Justice League Action and that other the Cape Crusader cartoon series? Like, why is it not on Max? Why does Max keep changing their fucking name?
No, we went in a fucking circle. We're back at
HBO
Max.
Bro.
Like, it's like I could do a better job, bro. You give me 2 weeks of training, bro. I could run that studio better, bro. Give me 2 weeks to learn the ropes, my nigga. I get it together, dog. Cause what?
Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
So, I don't know, man.
Nah, yo.
I trust Gunn, bro. I coming out that movie, I trust Gunn's vision, bro.
Listen, to close, hey, you know what? Zaslav, you were right to cut this shit off, bro.
Real shit.
You were right, bro. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like everybody else. Like, nah, bro. This is the one time, because, listen, I'll say this.
Gotta give him his flowers, because he got it right.
If DC at the time was doing good, they were just giving us banger after banger after banger, and then cool, this came down the pipeline and he said no, I was like, you know what, wait, hold on, bro, we need to have a conversation. But nah, it wasn't. And listen, you could be objective and say, yes, did we like some of the shit that came out? Yes. But if we're talking financially and critically, no.
It was too inconsistent, man.
So again, so the fact that he saw this and allegedly said no. Now, I don't believe it was over wokeness. I just believe because it was the times that we were in but again, who is to say Calvin Ellis or Val Zod cannot pop up in the future? Nothing says that. So I'm willing to just sit down and continue to let this play out. But my stance is, he's not this bad guy that everybody's making him out to seem. Like, everybody's making a big piss and moan fest about how much money he got. I was like, yo, bro.
I don't think he's a comic book guy.
No. Also, I'm gonna say this too. Listen, I'm gonna say this too, bro. Yo, you don't know the calls, you don't know the meetings, you don't know the hell this dude gotta go through just to make that money. I think a lot of people, especially online, got this idea that like it's as easy as coming into a position, you're making all these decisions and it's boom. It's not that, bro. I'm not even high up on the food chain at where I work, and I know it's not that easy, bro.
Nah,
And it's also a
it's
thing where like he's not a comic book guy, right? So it's like a lot of
that
people have like this, they do the same shit with writers, bro. Like some writers see this shit as a job, bro. Like
it's a
I don't
job.
have any special attachment to these heroes, bro. Whatever I come up with my brain is like the new origin for that character, bro. Like I don't have any pre
Yeah.
notes. I'm not living myself through the characters one for one. And they see this guy, and I guess they expect because he runs Warner Brothers that he's supposed to be attached to Looney Tunes and
No.
attached to DC. No, bro, I care about money, and that has to be okay because it has to be somebody in the company that only cares about money, bro. Like he's not an arts guy, and like I said, he made some shitty choices. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but sometimes those money guys get it right.
And
no,
and
it's
go ahead. Go
it's
ahead.
it's so much from dog. People don't realize how much debt that Warner's carries. Going back to the Time Warner days, like you go to the well, CNN's not here anymore, but back when they used to be, it's a Time Warner complex that was downtown. You had CNN, you had Cartoon Network, you had TBS, you had Turner Classic Movies, Turner Classic Stuff. All of that was in one complex, dog. So many of them people just never knew if today was going to be the day that layoff get announced because they carry so much fucking debt. And AT&T is grinding because AT&T fucked them over big time. They did that merger for like I don't even know if it was a full 2 fucking years.
It's like
But
2
they
years.
dropped-
It's been my entire
Nah,
tenure at the company, I think.
I'm
But-
still
but
pissed
they
off
said-
at AT&T because they took away a bat penis from me, bro. I'm never gonna forget that.
Yeah, that did happen under them. But no, it's not even that, right? They did the merger. But see, AT&T had so much debt from when, I mean, Q probably remembers it, but y'all remember that Uverse shit? Like when they were first getting into,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was so much debt. They settled Warner Brothers after the merger. And then they decided to split off and sell them. They bought them for like so many more billions than what it was worth. And then they came in and they took a large chunk of debt that AT&T had and they moved it over to Warner Brothers and to all their subsidiaries. And then they fucking sold the company. Then they fucking got out, sold it to Discovery for less than half of what they fucking bought it for.
Dude.
And they just got out of it. Dog, so many people have lost, like people I used to work with and everything, like so many people have lost fucking jobs over this shit, and it goes back to 18, boy. Like it's nasty out there. So like Zaslav, like I think he has made some shitty decisions, but he also came into a shitty situation
Yep.
at a time when nobody else was willing to. Because I don't know if y'all remember when news came out that AT&T was gonna divest from Warner Brothers. There's a reason why it sold for less than half of what they bought it. Nobody wanted to fucking touch it because they had so much debt after that. After the companies divested, nobody wanted to touch it. Discovery came in, bought them for less than 50 cents on the dollar, and they've been saddled with it ever since. That's why HBO Max. We talk about the runaround that shit has had. You know, HBO Max was a prestige. The HBO brand was just a prestige brand, and then you came in after the new merger happened, and you see that, and you bring up the app, and you got fucking The Sopranos and The Wire and Game of Thrones, and then it's next to fucking Chip and Joanna Gaines. It's next to Shark Week stuff. It's next to House Hunters and stuff. It's like, bro, what the fuck are we doing? But that's what they had to do, put the cheap shit there to help float the other more expensive shit, because the company was in such a bad place. Like when people want to talk about stock prices being down, and that's why the investors kicked Zaslav's nuts in about a month ago and cut his pay. It's like, yeah, it's probably on some level deserved, but I'm like, from an economic standpoint, like,
It's just bad.
I don't know that Warner Brothers would exist today if Discovery had come in and done some of the things that they've done.
Yeah. We'll see how things go with this whole thing. Like I said, Zaslav is not bad, and he's not bad for seeing this movie. And also, we on an upswing. We on an upswing right now, and let's hope that this upswing can continue.